I honestly think come out to whoever is playing better on the day, who has the better team composition prepared. And now going into game number 1, we're seeing a familiar sight of Cody Travis on the Barasa with Phazon on Kaya, a pick that he adopted early on into this year, going against Sandstorm and Boomie that are on Thor and Onyx.
Yeah,
well,
a little
what's
bit
interesting
of a...
about this is that this was really like mid to late 2020, right? When it comes to the team compositions coming out from Boomie, although Sandstorm usually on Zol instead of Onyx because Onyx just wasn't playable for that long.
Yeah, and like Boomie moving over onto the Thor, it's a little bit different from what we've seen from him recently, but it gives them like a lot of power, and some of their team combos have been absolutely wild. Uh-oh,
yes.
Dangerous off the side. I mean, hey, listen, right now, Cody Travis and Phazon, they've been building that damage. They've got themselves a pretty healthy lead, but as we've learned all throughout the day, you can't count that for even just a moment, because those quick conversions just deleting Cody Travis, and now Phazon just as damaged as everyone else on the field, and he's gone.
Yeah, that was an amazing conversion from Sandstorm, getting the downtick on the gauntlets, blasting Cody to the right side, even at the risk of taking damage himself. Now, Phazon and Cody come right back in, get the double knockout, even things out, but Boomie and Sandstorm have the momentum lead, and Boomie on the left side of the stage, sliding off with the hammer, getting the dash jump sider onto Phazon, and continue to tack on more damage onto Phazon's Kaya as they switch over to Sandstorm, who is struggling to get back onto the stage. Ooh. Lots of nice team combos coming up for both teams. I mean, this is my favorite matchup to watch in North America, hands down.
Absolutely. I mean, that's because it's going to be... Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's all these quick conversions into the multiple hits. Boomie trying to scoop out Cody, Phazon trying to give him a little bit of pressure, but man, Cody opting to go all the way around. Just couldn't make the corner. That's heartbreaking.
Oh, and what's even more heartbreaking is that because Cody wasn't there to support Phazon on the right side, Boomie and Sandstorm had a whole 15 seconds to do whatever they want with Phazon's stock, and that's why you know he just went out flying off the right side of the stage and is now down 1 stock apiece for the red team against Boomie and Sandstorm, who have 4 total. As Boomie's flying with the orb and neutralizing Cody just to be able to chase dodge around and hit Phazon with that pivot sidelight. So much mileage for the blue team in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the name of the game, is just how many hits can you get off of those quick conversions. And they're so good at sneaking in those handoff combos where stocks will get deleted immediately, and it's up to whatever the opponent team is to bust up those combos and cut them short. You cannot let them go to fruition.
Oh, and Cody and Phazon aren't able to even up the stocks as quickly as the last set of stocks. Boomie and Sandstorm both damaged, and if they go down now, there is a chance that, well, that chance just evaporated as Boomie recovers. Phazon off the top of the stage and falls out that sider to get the double knockout. 4 stocked in game number 1 of Winners Finals. The lead is in favor of Boomie and Sandstorm.
Jeez, that is a furious way to open the set. You know, I gotta say, Cody and Phazon, they had such a massive damage lead going into the start of it, and then Boomie and Sandstorm were able to just dig their heels in, get those team combos, and then keep the stocks rolling. They kept getting those momentary 2v1 power plays, and Cody going over to a Thatch, is this right?
I suppose it is. We're seeing it locked in. He's taking out a Dex, going to the Force. That's an 8-Force Thatch on Blasters and Sword. And as far as Cody Travis goes, as long as the Legend has Blasters, I'm willing to say I believe it, right, when it comes to locking it in.
Oh, yeah.
The map bans are interesting, going to the Great Hall for game number 2. But yeah, a comment on what you were saying, the stocks were literally rolling last game. I think 3 out of 4 players had less than 400 damage done. Right, and that wasn't to say that the game, it wasn't to say that they weren't doing anything. It was crazy efficient. Like the second somebody was ready to go down, they were gone. And I wonder if that same efficiency is going to be happening here. An interesting thing is that Great Hall having such a high ceiling and Cody now having the sword with those recovery combos along with the blasters, I feel like there's a little bit of a counter-pick advantage for the blue team here, with Cody having to almost primarily focus on hitting him off the right side of the stage without tanking Onyx and Thor are.
Yeah, I guess the question would be, how well can you set up into those Thatch signatures? Because, man, if you can land those, they hit like a truck, and they have some of the best horizontal sends in the game. Yeah, so that's going to be a heavy focus for the red team.
That's an excellent point. Thatch doesn't really, with his signature kit, care about, you know, knocking off the top. And you're right. The side sig and the neutral sig having the same blast direction are very powerful, but that stop sider, oh, Sandstorm can't get the gravity catch and charge side sig to hit, but you see he was looking for, he just had to dip down a little bit further. And the down sig nearly taking Phazon off the top. Great usage of that attack.
Man, that tall ceiling and Kaya's defense coming into play, keeping Phazon in the mix.
See, Cody now on the sword, a sentence I'm not used to saying too much. He gets top-sided off the left. Well, Sandstorm takes down Phazon on the right. Boomie and Sandstorm looking clean so far into game number 2. Let's see if Cody and Phazon are able to even up the stocks really quickly. Boomie's been having such strong starts on their opponent's like their fresh stocks to hammer. And look at that, Sandstorm, even though Boomie gets hit away, continues with the conversion, gets the neutral, and now Cody's already deep in the yellow, as is Phazon, almost entering orange.
Yeah, I can't believe Sandstorm survived that. I know it's the signature, and yeah, there's a tall ceiling, a little bit of a diagonal send. Onyx has a lot of defense. There's a lot of factors working in his favor, but Sandstorm yet again surviving a vertical knockout attempt.
Oh, and a recovery hits from Cody. Takes hits off the top. The recovery from Phazon, despite the difficulties that come with the Great Hall and the high ceiling with that platform. They managed to get 2 knockouts off the top, even up the stocks, but not nearly as close to the game as we were to the same situation in game number 1. Cody with some friendly fire, trying to hit Sandstorm on the ground, and Sandstorm's had such great he's been doing such a great job with the downswing on Gauntlets, connecting it out of team combos and just catching landings.
Yeah, and the target swaps he's been doing after it as well. Oh my gosh! Catching them both, the big claws. This gargoyle is so mean.
Yeah, and that's a signature as far as characters go that I feel like I see very, very infrequently from Onyx, and especially when it's used correctly. And to get the double knockout with it too. The N-Sig has such a specific range that it covers, but since it doesn't hit grounded, we don't see players go for it too often. So really specific team combo kill there, and Phazon just jumping into it on accident results in the double knockout, and there he is, ready with the down 6. So easy to follow up with a downlight side air on Hammer.
Oh man, Phazon starting to bleed out. That friendly fire certainly doesn't help.
Ooh. And that's just such great matchup knowledge from Boomie as well. Waiting for Thatch to use the side sig, knowing that he's going to dip down beneath the stage because of the step forward the sig gives him to get the side air. Boomie goes down, but Phazon gets returned knocked out by Sandstorm, and that weapon throw stopping Cody from being able to pursue, and this could be it.
Oh wow.
Boomie charges a little too long.
A rare miss. I don't think Cody's going to survive another one. Wait, he does! This is actually insane.
They're really trying to use every single signature. Oh, jeez. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a nair that close to the edge of the screen. That hurt. Oh.
I don't care what you would use there. I mean, that was far off the top corner. You're near both black lines out there. It's just tap him. Tap him with anything of your choice. Boomie went so deep for that knockout.
Oh, we just got to see that neutral sig in slow motion, catching at the very bottom and top of the claw, getting both knockouts on the top left side of the screen. There's the cannon weapon throw to get the knockout, and this is it. Boomie using the chase dodge right away to get as many jumps, and I think he, at that point in time, despite being that high on the left side of the screen, I think he had more jump tools than his opponent did when it came to performing that edge guard. So really well played. Great Hall immediately banned out by Team Cody, Travis, and Phazon, and Shipwreck Falls is where we're going for game number 3. Now, don't be fooled. This looks like it's in total favor of Boomie and Sandstorm, but Phazon and Cody won in the Winter Championships in the same position in Winners Finals, 3-2. And now with Cody going over onto Vrax, rotating through all of the Blasters Legends, the Vrax is really where Cody popped off last seasonal championship. So let's see how it plays out here in game number 3 as Boomie and Sandstorm are a little bit on the back foot starting out, as Phazon's getting a lot of nicely placed neutralites on the spear. That was about 3 in a row.
Yeah, all right, so I gotta talk about this Cody Travis Vrax pick because, man, it was such a joy to watch last time, and I'm just eager to see it again because, man, Cody Travis on Lance, who knew he had a Lance? It's actually kind of ridiculous sometimes. Yeah,
Cody's Lance is really nice. He has an amazing mastery over all the signatures in his kit. Yeah. And you can see right there with the charge down.
The threat, look at that handoff. Phazon just scooting in from behind to take out Sandstorm. They've got the momentum.
It's so amusing to me to see that even against opponents like Boomie and Sandstorm, there's the fear of the charge Vrax down sig, right? It's just so disjointed, reaches right at the edge, and on Shipwreck Falls, you've got nowhere to run but into it if you want to try to touch the wall. Sandstorm can't save Boomie from that down sig, and Cody Travis is popping off.
Oh man, almost getting the handoff, but Cody surviving by the skin of his teeth yet again.
Yes, he is.
The only one left on 3 stocks.
And it looks like he's continuing to do some extra credit too. That Nair doesn't quite hit, but he avoids the recovery follow-up off of Boomie going for the neutral light. And he gets a down light side light and goes straight over to help his teammate in case he loses the neutral exchange against Sandstorm. Great team play from Cody. And here's the Lance you were talking about, opening up right away with a side air, switching over to catch the alley-oop on Phazon's Nair, and Boomie can't get the neutral stick punish on the Phazon, and this is looking great for the red team as that down stick hits and sends Boomie flying without a weapon.
Man, and now they are just rolling the stocks back at them. Cody and Phazon with a little bit of a lead. And I mean, they could be going up to as much as a 2-stock lead here if they can take out Boomie.
Yeah, Boomie taking some more damage as that down air hits. Boomie chasing after Phazon with Sandstorm. Getting some good cannon blast. The neutral sig off the alley-oop. Nice damage on the Cody. And Cody, who was on 3 stocks the entire game, could be down to 1 in less than a minute if he's not careful. Lots of damage coming in on this fresh stock. But that side air catches Boomie on the way down. I don't even think Boomie has the jumps to make it back. He does.
Just enough.
Uses the dodge. Cody and Phazon elected to cover Sandstorm while he was recovering. A surprise decision from Boomie in this regard. Most
oh my gosh, how many times have they knocked Boomie so far wide so they can get that power play against Sandstorm? They managed to take out Boomie, now they're just rolling it back again.
And that's huge. And this is interesting because this is a topic of... oh man, this team combo is just going. He dodges and he almost lands in the down stick, but they're still hitting Boomie away, and Boomie going for the edge guard of Phazon, gets the down air. Phazon might be down, but Cody's still got 2 more stocks. But I really want to talk about this because I believe, well, I mean, I don't know, Boomie's made crazier 1v2 tackle. There we go. Neutral stick gets it. There was a good 30 to 35 seconds, maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but it felt that long, where Boomie spent recovering on the left side of Shipwreck.
Yes.
And Phazon and Cody did not even bother glancing at him. They spent that entire time 1v2ing Sandstorm, putting him into a difficult position while Boomie had 2 stocks to work with. Oftentimes, not often, but occasionally, we will see players elect to throw away their stock instead of spending all that time recovering so that they can help their teammate sooner, because I feel like during all that time that Boomie was recovering, Sandstorm ended up losing what was originally a healthy stock, and that really gave Cody and Phazon the advantage in game number 3 as we go into game 4.
Man, so now still, you're right, 2-1 lead for Boomie Sandstorm. They're still poised to take this set, but Cody, Travis, and Phazon, man, that momentum they built last game, I'm not saying that they're going to be able to do the same exact thing again, because Mammoth Fortress has a lot more ways to recover, a lot more walls, so that way you don't have to worry so much about that Drax down signature. But, you know, they seemed like they were hitting a pretty good flow.
Yeah, I really want to highlight what you just said there, which was that Vrax's downsig won't be nearly as impressive on Mammoth Fortress when you have over 4 times the size of a wall to play around with, right? Shipwreck was really impressive in that regard. But we see Phazon and Cody separating Boomie and Sandstorm, hitting them off the right side and left side of the stage, and instead of going for the edge guards, covering each other's backs. And Cody's still going for the down six. Side six isn't able to hit as Boomie's able to dodge out of the way, but so far, so good for both teams. Oh man, Phazon nearly goes down, and Cody slide charges the safety, putting out that down six to stop Boomie and Sandstorm were even thinking about approaching, and the down six catches Boomie in the landing in front of Phazon, but
oh my gosh!
He's living!
Alright, you know what? The Vrax down blaster, it's still a problem.
It is?
Like, it is blasters incarnate. It's a massive dead zone, but the reach is insane.
It's insane, and Cody has been doing a great job mixing up when he's just using the down sig, standing still, and slide charging it. So they're never really sure if the hitbox is going to cover one point on the ground, or if they have to be wary about it sliding closer to them or away. And he's doing this so well that he's catching them off guard constantly. But blue team coming back in the midst of all of that, taking off Phazon and Cody at the same time. Sandstorm with a stock lead.
Oh, and again, you see them electing, yeah, they're going to knock Sandstorm wide, and I think they're going to keep that rotation onto Boomie every chance they get. But right now, Phazon having trouble getting his footing as Sandstorm was busting him up with cannon. Oh, Sandstorm's out of here. Momentary power play against Boomie.
And in the meantime, Cody gets one nice, quick down sig onto Boomie, trying to hover on the left side of the platform. Phazon, nice! Such a quick team combo. Neutral light into side air, and Phazon straight out of there, being able to cover Sandstorm. He tries to fall with the down air. That side sig hits Cody, and Phazon's trying to help his teammate recover. Nice side air from Cody, and they're doing this great front-to-back action where Cody's standing behind Phazon. Phazon, the tankier legend, getting a hit with a side air and a neutral light, and Cody getting that attack right afterwards. And now Boomie and Sandstorm are showing them that they can do the same thing, as Thor, with the down sig, jumps over the teammate, while Onyx has great ground coverage with all of her signatures.
Yeah, I mean, that is just a wall of pain coming your way as you're peeking over that corner. Oh my gosh, the neutral signature lighting up. Phazon stops side air. Now he's down to his last stock. It's a 2-stock lead, but it's tenuous for the blue team.
Yeah, Cody getting a recovery. That's not going to be able to take out Boomie just yet, but one more off that platform could do it. Phazon's got to be careful. He's already taken 3 quick hits, and Cody with the team combo right afterwards. Every bit of extra credit here is so huge for the blue team, as once these stocks are gone, they have secured a spot in grand finals, but Phazon with the quick down air gets Boomie at the bottom of the stage, and now Sandstorm just trying to hold on to a weapon long enough for his teammate to get one on respawn. Still has the lead. But this is a dangerous situation where if Boomie goes down, the 1v2 is in Phazon and Cody's favor, and both of these players have taken out Sandstorm in singles tournaments.
Oh!
And they definitely have what it takes to take it down in a 2v1 and go. Boomie came so close to being gone there.
I know, and that was a beautiful redirection during the combo to get over Boomie trying to cover the ground. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, but the neutral
the
sig off the
quick
sideline
handoff.
side air, so good. And while they were so close to taking the objective, which was getting Boomie off first, they were not able to succeed, and the down sig catches it, as that is the craziest edge guard wall I've ever seen. Onyx slamming the ground, the splash hitting over the edge, and Thor with the down sig holding the hammer off anywhere that they could come back. It's either going to be a wall slip or death at that point. There's very little you could do in a 2v1.
Yeah, that's some of those friendly twos strats right there, except it works so well leapfrogging over your partner that you don't have to worry about the friendly fire here.
Yeah, just and well-timed at the same point, right? We're seeing the down sig there put out, making sure that Boomie and Sandstorm are both disjointing. Those attacks are just so consistent, and that is going to be winners finals 3-1. Cody and Phazon were victorious last seasonal, but as you said, we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the esports season here in 2021. Boomie and Sandstorm much more prepared for their